Welcome to the IELTS Dialogue by Velokin.
It's great to be here.
Today, we are engaging in an exercise of discernment. We aren't just looking at test questions, we're deconstructing the art of the distractor. Our mission really is to dissect how the IELTS listening module uses auditory noise to separate, the Band 6 student from a true Band 9 expert user. We're talking about those pitfalls.
Right, and to understand the trap, you first have to understand the mechanism. The listening test is a hard 30-minute sprint. You've got 40 questions.
Which is already a lot of pressure.
It is, but the most critical constraint, the one that really changes everything, is that you hear the recording exactly once. Just once.
So there's a scarcity of opportunity, no second chances.
Exactly. It creates this high-pressure environment where these distractors just thrive because you can't go back and check. If you miss the nuance, it's gone.
Okay, so let's analyze the mechanics here. A common issue I hear about all the time is the multiple choice section.
The classic multiple choice trap, yes. Statistically, in these sections, you are almost guaranteed to hear all the options mentioned, A, B, and C. They'll all come up.
Every single one.
The untrained ear hears a keyword from, say, option A, and immediately marks it down. But the real distractor is the context. The speaker might mention option A, but then they'll negate it or push it to a future plan.
I see. So only one option is actually in answer to the specific question asked.
Precisely. The others are just red herrings designed to catch you out.
And that leads perfectly into what I call the paraphrase problem. Candidates often forget that the listening test is essentially a vocabulary test in disguise.
Oh, absolutely.
So if the question asks about someone being bold, the audio isn't going to use the word bold. It might describe them as brazen. If the question mentions lying, the audio might use a word like mendacious.
So if you're just scanning with your ears for the exact word lying, you're going to miss the answer completely.
You will. Failing to map these synonyms is, I think, a primary reason candidates lose so many points. And it goes even deeper. You see this other layer, the self-correction distractor.
You mean when the speaker changes their mind?
Exactly. You latch onto the first detail you hear, like a price, let's say $50. But then the speaker pivots. They'll say something like, it was $50. Oh, wait, with the discount, it's actually $40.
And if you aren't listening for that development of the idea, you've written down the wrong number.
You've got the wrong number. And handling those rapid-fire inputs, that requires practice.
It requires consistent simulation. You can't just passively listen to things. And that's really where a tool like the Velokin app becomes so vital. It lets you drill these very specific scenarios so your brain just gets used to the pacing.
Because the technical rules are just as unforgiving as the linguistic ones, aren't they?
They're what I call word limit landmines. The instructions will say, in all caps, no more than 2 words and/or a number. You could write down an answer that is factually correct, but if it's 3 words long,
it's a 0.
0 points. It's a binary outcome based on a pure technicality.
And that extends to formatting, too. So many people don't realize that a hyphenated word like policeman actually counts as a single word.
Right. But something like a contraction like don't isn't something they generally test you on. Knowing those little rules is part of being an expert user.
Definitely.
And there's one final logistical pressure point, the transfer time variance. So if you're taking the paper-based test, they give you 10 minutes at the end to transfer your answers over.
Which feels like a luxury, really.
It does. But if you're a computer-based tester, you get just 2 minutes to check your work.
2 minutes. That's nothing.
It's nothing. And that huge drop in review time, it acts as a psychological distractor. The panic of seeing that clock tick down can cause mistakes right at the very end.
So, bring this all together. What does this actually mean for someone trying to get a top score? I think achieving a Band 9 requires what the British Council calls a fully operational command of the language. You have to be listening for intent, not just for keywords. You need to understand the whole architecture of the conversation.
It really is about precision under immense pressure.
So I'll leave you with a final thought to mull over. Are you just training your ears to catch words, or are you training your brain to filter out all the irrelevant noise?
That is the question, isn't it?
Thanks for listening to the IELTS Dialogue by Velokin.